Am I really this tall? Pardon me. That's not fun. Okay, so I just want you to know that Sam Nadal is a slanderous liar. I'm straight. And that hurt a little bit. No, I really am gay. One of those homosexuals, if you will. Actually, in my short time on this earth, have been called some really creative things to avoid the word gay. I made a list of my favorites. Butt pirate. Have a good night. Pillow biter, which really isn't that gay specific. A turd burglar. This one's my favorite. In Oklahoma. I really like that one. And sometimes, you know, when you're out, you know, cruising, there are some men who think that they're like spies and they're like under duress and like have to use like this code word to like check if you're like DTF. And one of my favorites is a friend of Dorothy. Do I look like a friend of Dorothy circa 1939? Because if I do, ooh, I don't look that good. And it actually reminds me of a really great story. When I first got here, I was 17, I was a freshman, and I went to one of my first and my last frat parties. And you know, I was really having a bad time because, as most of you know, if you're not a pretty girl, you don't get any good alcohol. You get the like, sort of half-full warm Keystone that was on the mantle. And so I'm just like having like the worst time. I'm like, I want to go home. And when all of a sudden I turn my head and there's this guy that's just like watching me and then looking away, and watching me, and watching me. And he had like and then at one point he did like the like wipe your face sort of thing where they squint the eyes, raise the eyebrows. I've never done it before, so it's weird. And suddenly, like, without even thinking, my hips like turn into overdrive, and I'm like, yes! Here we go! And suddenly I'm having a much better time. And so I'm just like getting crunk over in the corner. And, you know, he like makes his way over to me, and like, side note, I've never felt more like a piece of meat in my life. And I've never loved it more. So he makes his way over to me, and he has a bottle of Grey Goose in his hand, and he like offers me some, and the first thing I think was, what a gentleman. Wow, I'm really lucky. And he introduced himself. He's like, hey, I'm Braden. That's Braden, B-R-A-E-D-Y-N. Last name H-A-L-L-S-C-H. Blah, 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 blah. I'm a snitch. So, you know, and I'm like, I'm Xander. Because fuck me if I'm gonna give someone my real name so they can find me on Facebook before I know this is worth a repeat. So he's like, hey, do you know Dorothy? I'm drunk at this point, so I'm like, Dorothy who? I'm like dancing a little less zealous, and I'm like, okay. She's like, you know, like Dorothy. I'm like starting to be concerned, and suddenly my hips like lock in this weird like, I think you have the wrong guy. And I'm starting to be concerned, like, who is Dorothy? Is she okay? Does she owe him money? Should I warn her? And sort of scared, I start to walk. And he's like, no, wait. I'm pretty sure you're a friend of Dorothy. And suddenly I'm back in 1943. And he's like, so you're just like, hey, sugar, are you rationed? Because I've had a little bit of that giggle water, and I think that you are a ducky shin knocker. Do you want to come back to my place and we can do the khaki wacky? Just kiss me on the mouth, please. And snapping back to reality, I'm like this scared, like, I feel a little dirty. And I turned to him and I'm like, oh, that Dorothy, let's go upstairs. And the next thing I know, I wake up in a frat house I'm not familiar with. And the moral of the story is, if you click your heel 3 times, hot guys will come visit you at a party, and have a good night.